Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Ignore my crazy frizzy summer lion hair thing. So, today I wanted to talk about something that's around everywhere, and you'll probably hear this term, have heard it all the time, but I really need to talk about it because it's driving me crazy. And that term, I'm sorry, I'm being super basic about this. That term is self care. And I know there's a gazillion definitions going around. This is self care. No, this is self care. No, this is self care. And like, stop. Okay, we need to stop. Um, I'm not going or saying any of this out of judgment. I promise. I am not. If some of the stuff I say, like, rubs you the wrong way, I'm not at all going for that. I'm not. I promise. I'm not. Whatever you do as a self care routine, if that's what you need to do, that's fantastic. Do it. If that's what you need to do, might not be what I need to do, might not be what someone else needs to do, but if that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do, and that's great. So, I've found a lot of push lately about self care and we need to do self care. We need to talk about self care. Self care isn't optional. And I really don't know why it took us so long to get there. I have no idea. I get the whole be super busy, grind all the time, work, 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 no sleep, no rest, none of that stuff. I'll sleep when I'm dead, blah, 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 blah. But that's not gonna work because if you work yourself to the bone, you're going to get sick. And if you get sick, you can't do anything. If you get exhausted and sick from working 20 hours a day for like a month and then you just crash, that's not okay. You're not supposed to do that. Just, it's not good for you. Don't, please. If you love to work that much and you have a routine and it lights you up and it's fantastic and you love it and you do get adequate rest and you feel rested, do it. Rock it. That's amazing. Can you send me some of that energy? Because I need it. But if you find yourself working really hard and then you get exhausted, listen. Listen to the exhaustion. It's trying to tell you to rest. Just listen, okay? And that brings me to like the first thing about self care that I find most people don't do is they don't listen to themselves and they just focus on what other people tell them self care is supposed to look like. Like I see all the articles, 10 ways for perfect self care, and they're like, take a bubble bath, go for a massage, buy a puppy, buy $1 million coffee, go to a spa and get a fancy drink, and it's fantastic. But that doesn't work for everyone. It doesn't. Like, I can't think of something worse for me than having to go to a spa for like getting my hair done. Like, I would physically cry because that's not good for me. It could be fantastic for someone else. And if that's fantastic for someone else, then that person should do it. But there's no perfect cookie cutter for what self care is supposed to look like. And I think we need to stop telling ourselves that if we don't do what this section says is good for self care, then we're failing at it. Because you're not. You're not. If you're taking care of yourself, you're doing self care and you're doing it just fine. You don't need external validation from something saying that's what self care is supposed to look like. Do it how you need to do it. So, just in case you're completely lost right now and like, I don't know what self care looks like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, what the heck is self care supposed to look like, I have some ideas for you guys. So, just basically for like what I do. So if one of these sounds like something you'd like to do, go ahead and give it a shot. Some things I thought I would love for unwinding and relaxing my body and just calming everything. I tried them, hated them, or just found they didn't work for me, and that's fine. That's fine. So try a bunch of stuff, whatever works for you. If it works for you, that's your self care. That's fantastic. So for myself, one of the biggest things, I'm getting serious because this is gonna hurt all of the people pleasers here because I know it hurt me real bad at first. Learn how to say no without feeling bad. I know, I'm pausing because you gotta let that sink in. Learn how to say no without feeling bad. Okay, if you're a people pleaser or a formal people pleaser, can I get your hand in the air, please? That's right. I see hands. I know you're raising your hands because if you follow this channel, we're vibing. So I know you're raising your hand because it's what we do. But being a people pleaser is not good for you. It's not. It's exhausting. It's draining. Ooh, it's mentally, it's physically, it's everything draining. It's spiritually draining, all of it. And learning how to say no can save you all that stuff. Now, I'm not saying be a horrible person and ditch all your friends and don't be there for them and ignore them and all that stuff. No, 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 don't. No, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about on the days, like specifically if you're like myself and you have a chronic illness, I'm talking about the days when you physically you can't, like days when you're on the couch and you can't move and then someone calls and they're like, we need to go hang out or we need to go to the beach, and you're just like, I want to, like I really want to, but I can't because I know if I go, it's gonna kill the rest of my day, the rest of my week. It's gonna wreak havoc on my body. It's not good. I cannot do it. The old me was like, yes, of course, let's go. And then I would get home and I would be sick for the rest of that day. And then for honestly, for like 2 or 3 days after that, I would be in so much pain. It was a disaster. So learning how to say no helps me take the time I need to heal on the bad days, and then on the good days, I can say yes, and they know it's not a guilted yes. It's a yes that I wholeheartedly want to say. And don't get me wrong, on the days that I say no, I feel like crap. I do. I feel bad, but less. So I'm not even at the guilt free part yet. I'm working there. It takes time because people pleaser guilt meter's like up here. So I gotta lower it because right now I'm like here. So I care very much when I say no to things for people that I love and truly care about because I want to be there. I do. I want to be there. I want to support them. I want to have fun with them. But some days I just can't. And learning that it's okay to not be able to do something. You're allowed. You're human. You're not a superhuman all time energy machine. Although, if you're human and a super all time energy machine, send me a message because I need to know how you do that. But you're allowed to say no to things. Just remember that. If you have to write it down because I wrote it down honestly, and reminding yourself that saying no to things that don't really hit your soul or things that you wanted to at the time, but then when the day of comes, you physically can't because of an illness or an episode or a flare or anything, that doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't, okay? I went through that too. I felt awful and horrible and like I was a bad person. You're not. You're not a bad person for saying no. Just remember that. Please remember that. Also, for myself, I find taking time to just breathe helps a ton. Like, I don't even need a meditation thing. Those are awesome and super helpful, and I love them. I love meditation. But I'm talking like if you're in the supermarket and you're feeling that tension knot thing in your chest. I can't be the only one that has those. And you're like, ugh, and you're so tense and you feel awful. Just take like 30 seconds, step to the side of an aisle, take 30 seconds with your cart, just close your eyes, and just breathe. Just do it. Or go to like the end of the aisle so you're not in anyone's way. Because without fail, if I do it like in the aisle, I always wind up being in someone's way, even if it's like for 5 seconds. So just take that little amount of time and just breathe. Just don't think about the groceries. Just don't think about all the stuff you have to do. Don't think about how crappy you slept the night before. Just breathe. Just think into right now and breathe. And I find that when I do that, I can focus a lot more on what's right in front of me rather than having all those gazillions of thoughts running around in my head and being stressed out by that. So, taking even, like I said, 30 seconds. If you want to be super epic, have a meditation. But if you're in the middle of a grocery store, that can be difficult. So, even 30 seconds, just breathe. Just don't look at your phone. Don't look at anything else. Just breathe. It helps. Well, it helps me. If it helps you, I'm super happy because I find that one I thought was a pile of crap. I did. I was like, we breathe all the time. What's the big deal? Just whatever. But getting everything out of your mind, it takes a weight off because you're not focusing on all that stuff. You're just focusing on your breath. And when you can just focus on your breath, I don't know, for me it just gives me this overwhelming gratitude. Like, yes, I'm in pain. Yes, this is exhausting, but I'm here. I woke up this morning. I got out of bed. I'm here and I have stuff to do. So thank you for reminding me that I'm here. And this is a gift that I'm here. So regardless of all the stuff, I'm gonna be grateful because, like I said, I'm here. And that's I don't even know what the chances are, but that's amazing that you're here. And I'm so glad you're here. If I didn't say that, I don't think I did, but I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad. Just, you're here for a reason. People care about you. Stick around. Please, just stick around. Okay, what else? I'm trying to think here. Awesome. Yes, two things. They can go together or not. Move your body and get out in nature. Could be a nature hike. Could be yoga outdoors. Could be going for a swim in a lake. Could be stepping out in the snow. If you're in somewhere that has snow like I am. Whatever that looks like, those aren't really optional. I'm sorry, they're not. Because every single person that I've talked to or even like learned from, if they don't get out in nature and move their body, they feel like absolute garbage. And I'm one of those people. Like, when I was stuck in the hospital for 2 months, I couldn't go outside. Didn't think it was that big of a deal because, go to school or go to work, come home, don't really go outside unless you like make the point to go outside. But when you can't go outside, it's a whole different ball game. Like, nature is there to help you. Fresh air makes a difference. Seeing the sky, breathing the air, feeling the wind, seeing the trees, it does something. It raises your vibration, it brings in joy, it just fills you up. And the vitamin D from the sun helps too, but if you're out for longer amounts of time, and if you're super pale like me, put on extra sunscreen, but put on sunscreen anyway. But it helps you. So get your butt out in nature, even for 5 minutes. You don't have to pet wild animals or anything. Don't do that. This isn't an episode of Jackass. But also, move your body, whatever that looks like. I love yoga right now, so I'm doing that all the time. But if you like doing weights, do them. If you like tennis, hockey, soccer, any sport, do it. Just move, because we get to move. if you have the privilege enough to move, do it. Get moving. Even for like 10 minutes. Get up, move, do it. Because not everyone can. And this isn't a comparison thing, but just, again, you're here. That's amazing. So if you have the fortune to be able to move, wouldn't you want to do it all the time? Like, I have to keep reminding myself of that. I do, honestly, because sometimes I forget how fortunate I am. Yes, I have an illness. Yes, I'm in pain all the time. Yes, it's annoying. But I have so many other things. So many other things. And having a gratitude practice is one of those other fundamental, non obligation parts of my self care routine. I wake up every single morning, 3 things I'm grateful for before I even lift my head off the pillow, because that sets my frame of mind to focus on gratitude. And when you focus on gratitude, that's what you notice. You notice the good things, you notice the joy, you notice the happiness, rather than waking up feeling like crap, being like, "Meh, my alarm was early, that sucks, that's awful, I hate it." Then you're focused on the stuff that sucks, and you'll just notice things that suck, even if they don't. Like, if you drop something, rather than being like, "Oh, I dropped something, I'll just pick it up," you'll be like, "Ugh, I dropped something, this is the worst day ever." We've all done it. We've all been guilty of it. Don't lie to yourself. I know you've done it too. I've done it lots of times. So, switching your frame of mind and your focus to gratitude makes a huge difference. Yes, some days still suck. Yes, you're still in pain. Yes, crap happens all the time. But if you're focusing on noticing the good things, the bad stuff sucks less. It does. It sucks less. What else? I also love. This is rather new for me actually, because I didn't really know about it until I did some research. But if you've seen my Instagram, you know that I love my Jade Roller. So first thing in the morning and even at night after I've washed my face, I love to Jade Roll. I love the coolness. I don't know if it helps with blood vessels or whatever, but I find whenever I do it on like my forehead and my face, it helps with the pain. So if you're like me and you suffer from nerve pain or migraines, you might want to look into Jade Roller. I find them super helpful. I love them. They help with my skin. Not right now, just because I'm going through some food testing, so my skin is a disaster. But um, overall, I find it really helpful for clearing up my skin. I also use, I don't have them with me, but I absolutely adore them. They're called Liquid IV, and they're little, kind of like the Crystal Light things that you like rip and put in your water. They're very, very helpful. I love them. They're like a hydration booster. So if you're like me, you always forget to drink water. We should drink water. We're basically really complicated plants. So drinking water isn't always on my frame of mind, but when I put like extra flavor in it, like my liquid IV stuff, there's like acai berry and lemon lime, and they're both redonkulously delicious. This is not an ad. I just love the company so much, and they're all about making a positive impact and helping people, and I love them. I've known of Brandon Cohen for a really long time from listening to an episode of, I believe it was the Balanced Blonde podcast. Don't quote me on it, but I think so. So ever since I heard him on there, I looked up their company. I love what they're doing. They're absolutely blowing up right now, which I think is fantastic. They deserve it. But I love the product. It's fantastic. I chug that water super fast, and then I find I'm not getting that. I don't know if this is only me, but like if I don't drink water, I get that like pain more in my head. I don't know if you suffer from migraines. If you notice when you don't drink enough water, you get a migraine onsets quicker. Or if I know people with arthritis, if they don't drink enough water, their symptoms can get worse. So, well, it's basically anything. If you don't drink water, your body can't function properly because it needs water for everything. So having that little helper that's also delicious helps me get my water intake in for the day, which is very, very important, especially when your body's trying to heal itself. So, also one thing, this isn't glamorous at all, but cry if you have to. That was a big hurdle for me to get over when I got really sick, because for me, crying was a sign of weakness. I hate to say it because I know it's not true, but crying to me was like, you can't cry. Your life is amazing. You can't cry. What are you doing? It doesn't matter that you're in the hospital. It doesn't matter that this is your 5th surgery in the span of a month. You can't cry, because I considered myself the strong person. Like, yes, I have the illness, but the illness doesn't have me. And like, if the illness doesn't have me, then I can't show anything. Like, no negativity. I can't show pain. I can't show fear. I can't show sadness. Just none of it. Because if I do, then the illness wins. And that's not true. It's not true. It's not. You're allowed to get upset. You're allowed to feel awful. You're allowed to feel defeated. You're allowed to feel discouraged. You're allowed to feel scared. All of it. Because that's normal. No duh. If something jumps out at you in the woods, you scream. If something scares you in a movie, you scream because you're afraid. So why in the world, if it's happening to you, would you not be allowed to feel that? You are. So if you need 5 minutes to just break into tears and sob, do it. Because that's what you need. Don't push it down. Don't ignore it. Don't deny it. Don't tell yourself that you're not allowed to feel that, because you are. If you're going through something and you're feeling an emotion, feel it. You're allowed. That's how we grow. That's how we learn. You can't learn your triggers if you ignore all the stuff that comes up when you feel things. Don't do that. Don't just right now, just raise your hand and say, I will feel my emotions when they come up. You doing it? I will feel my emotions when they come up. Because when you feel them, you can work through them. And some of them are rational, and some of them aren't. And if you don't feel through them, you can't know the difference. And you can't help yourself to notice, okay, this one's irrational. Let's talk it down. This one's super valid. Let's feel through it and see if there's something I can take out of it. If you deny all that stuff, there's no way you can work through it, because you're just like, no, I'm fine. Whatever. It's no big deal. I don't feel emotions. I'm basically a robot. Don't be a robot. You're not meant to be a robot. You're a human. You're a fabulous, fantastic, one in a gazillion, never before seen, limited edition human. And you're meant to live your life. And that includes feeling your emotions. So feel them. Do it. So that's basically all I've got for now. If there's something on your mind and you need to talk to someone and you're having a rough time, reach out. There's a gazillion people out to help you. You're not going through this journey alone. You are so freaking badass for taking this on. I know you didn't choose this. Nobody chooses this. But you can get through it. You are strong. You are powerful. You are capable. You are supported. You are loved. You are amazing. And you are meant to do awesome things. And that's why you're here. So remember to take that time to take care of yourself, because that helps you be the best you, not for everyone else, not for other people, for you, because you deserve the best you. You do. I promise. This isn't about other people. Self-care is not about other people. It's right there in the name. Self. This is not about taking care of yourself so you can be the best sister, mother, cousin, brother, dad. No, no, no. Yes, that helps. Yes, taking care of yourself helps you be better for other people, but that's not what it's about. You're not here to serve other people just that. That's not why you're here. You're not here to just take care of other people. Yes, you can serve other people, but that's only part of you. You're someone else besides what you do. You are a whole being unto yourself, regardless of what you do. Because if I wake up tomorrow and I can't do my job, who am I? You need to know that. You are more than what you do. And self care allows you to be the best version of you for everything, for yourself, for the people you love, for the people you don't know who you will meet, for the world, for your family, for this community that you live in, whatever that looks like, for the organizations you support, for just everything. But what's most important is that you take care of yourself for you. Take care of yourself for you. I did not mean for this video to be this long, but I guess I'm just really passionate about this, can you tell? Because it's not dealt with enough and it's glamorized far too much when it should be taken seriously. So please share this video. Please. I need to get this word out to as many people as possible because I don't find this is talked about adequately enough in the proper context. So please share this with people. Like, comment, subscribe, anything to get this message to people who need to see it, because I know there are people who don't take self-care seriously, and that breaks my heart because you deserve to be taken care of by yourself too. Yes, you take care of other people, so why in the world wouldn't you take care of yourself? Not for other people, just for you, because you're amazing and you deserve to be taken care of, even if that's by yourself. So have an amazing day, week, awesome. I hope to put up another video soon. If you have any topics you want me to tackle, leave a comment underneath. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share this, please. And remember, you're awesome. And please, please take care of yourself, okay? For nobody else than you, take care of yourself. Toodles.